Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Monday the 7th of the 6th, 2021. Time is 0440 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, Friday the 4th then, the last trading day, we had a positive opposed driver in the yen, plus 177, front and back door flows mainly coming out the dollar at minus 171, out the euro at minus 15, and the pound was the positive rock at plus 9, activity plus or minus 186. Over last week then, just to give you some context, we had a positive opposed driver in the yen at plus 182, so we had yen strength, the opposing positive negative flows coming out of the euro minus 120, out the pound at minus 88, and the dollar was the positive rock at plus 26. That was an activity of plus or minus 208. Intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a negative unopposed driver in the pound this time. No backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows mainly going into the euro at plus 14, into the dollar at plus 9, and the yen is the positive rock at plus 7. Activity plus or minus 30. Right, what's going to knock it about? Right, well, Monday we've had the China trade balance, which was slightly soft. Fall in exports slightly greater than the fall in imports, but nothing too exciting. And we've got JPY GDP tier 1 event much later on. And it's a light day today, except for German tier 2 factory orders. So that's watch out for that. Tomorrow then, Tuesday, we've got Euro GDP, and Wednesday we've got CAD rates decision, and Thursday we've got the ECB rates decision. So that sort of boxes this in. Our trades are about plus 3,300 points profit. So they're about half of the peak, which was 6,500. Probably about two to 2.5 weeks ago. So anyway, let's have a look at the flows then. We've got the euro. We've got the euro strength, except against the dollar and the CAD. We've got yen weakness, except against the pound and the New Zealand dollar. We've got pound weakness across the board. We've got Swiss strength, except against the dollar, the euro and the CAD. The CAD is strong, except against the dollar. The AUD is weak, except against the pound and the yen. The NZD is weak, except against the pound and the AUD, and the dollar is strong across the board. Right, so what have we got? We've got dollar strength in the Asian session, we've got pound weakness, we've got commodity currencies quite soft mainly, and take your pick in the middle. Right, so let's have a look at the asset classes. We'll start as usual with the dollar index. Right, so US dollar index, basically we've got this sort of situation. It's operating at about 90.17. It's soft, but it's come up a little bit just off the floor. Gold is basically operating at 0.23 from the high, the modelled high. Gold's net gold's not really being actively traded at the moment. It's basically sideways but slightly up. Oil on the other hand has broken and it's 0.22 plus from the high, so it's steaming up oil at the moment. Wall Street's got this sort of this break and it's going sideways, and it's the break's up here, so it's about 0.10 from the high. S&P is basically about 0.15 from the high, and the tech is about 0.23 from the high. So equities aren't really doing it either at the moment. They're going sideways pretty much. US 10-year and the bond. Remember we had this big spike on Friday last week, and then it was left with the price high, yields low, and it's come back a bit now. So we're about here. It's about 0.20 from the high. So the price is starting to think about coming down again, which means yields are strengthening up a little bit. And the bund is 0.47 from the floor, roughly. So basically we've got this. We've had this 10-year dollar volatility on the bond, and it's starting to think about coming down, the price coming down again and yields stiffening up, but nothing too great. Right, so copper, where are we? Copper, basically it broke, and it's still 0.45 from the high. So commodities aren't convinced at the moment. US steel sold off at the double top, broke. It's back to about 0.3 from the high. So US steel still not doing it either. So right, let's just wrap this up and talk about the final analysis then. So we've got a light day today. We've got rates decisions in the pipe for the CAD and the EUR. We've got this general theme of the Fed and inflationary expectations, and basically the Asian flows are, at the moment we've got dollar strength and we've got pound weakness. So that's something to bear in mind. If that continues, the pound, there's noise in the pound about pushing the lockdown out, which could give the short-term traders a little boost on selling the pound. So I would suggest today in the Asian session, there's not going to be much resistance to a softer pound. So if you're short-term trading, you probably want to be on the short side of the pound. The dollar's had a slight bounce. The CAD could potentially get some transmission flows via the oil market. So the CAD could possibly be coming up via transmissions, and the CAD is strong except for the dollar. So it's likely you're going to get that sort of scenario today. We're going to stay with our trades. We're short the USD and short the NZD. I hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you.